All right, hey everybody, I'm Orrin from Live Between Commercials, and I'm here with Davey from Vanna.
Hey guys.
How's it going, man?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm really good. So how's work through been today?
Today, so far, I've woken up and eaten a grilled cheese sandwich, so pretty good today.
Was good?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
So,
What kind of cheese?
It was Parmesan crusted outside and then like mozzarella inside.
That's fancy.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't feel good in like an hour. It was great. It was great going down.
You do like inspirational speeches at schools and stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe just elaborate on kind of what you do when it comes to that.
So yeah, when it comes to that, I speak at middle schools and high schools and colleges for a living. So basically, like, I'm the guy that you get called out to assembly for.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I get to skip class, which is probably going to be boring, except it's not boring. It's fun.
Yeah.
The only difference between that and a show is I'm not screaming at school. Sometimes I do.
Yeah, if they get a little out of line.
Yeah. But I don't have the four guys behind me, but I know I have their support behind me, even if they're not there. But it's funny because there's been a lot of kids that I spoke at their schools and now they come to Vanna.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that.
Or there's kids I speak at their schools and I get there and they have no idea what we're doing and then they introduce me and walk on stage and kids are like, oh my god, for real? Like, I go to these shows. So it's cool. So I'm trying to always cross the two worlds up.
Well, and there's not a lot of, whenever you hear, like you said, that guy, that's coming and he's doing an assembly and you get called down and you're like, okay, I guess I get out of class.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people think, but I mean, there's not a lot of people kind of balance, playing festivals and playing shows with a band like Vanna and then doing these kind of, inspirational talks and stuff. So it's a pretty cool thing. It must be cool to be able to kind of switch between those two.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I used to be a teacher, work in the education field. I worked with kids when growing up in like youth centers my whole life. So this is a cool way for me to kind of cross my two worlds together. It's cool because I'll get in there and I try to bring the values of hardcore and punk rock and metal to the kids that would never really go to any of those kind of shows. So it's cool. I can kind of bring that atmosphere. And it's cool because like maybe 10 to 20% of the kids are like kind of Warped Tour kids.
Yep. And
out of those 10 to 20%, maybe half of those kids know Vanna. But by the time that I leave, everybody in the school does. So.
Yeah, oh, that's wicked. And I mean, the big thing right now is Vanna just dropped a new album.
Yeah.
So, what was it like? What has the fan reaction been to that so far?
I keep on saying every interview has been overwhelming.
Yeah.
In writing our last record, that record, Void, was sort of like the first time I wrote like a personal record. Shared a lot of the things that I've gone through, and it really resonated with kids. So the past 2 years, we've been touring on that, and it's been amazing. And we've been writing more songs for this new record. And so, in doing so, you kind of like go, okay, with the last record, what worked? And what really worked was for us, and not just like on us that worked for record sales level, but what worked for like our soul and our beings. And it was just kind of sharing, all the stuff that we've gone through. So in writing this record, I just want to do that more. I wanted to do that, even more. But instead of writing the same record and talking about the same issues, I wrote it from a different spin of like, this record is about all the hell that I've gone through to become the person I am, and I'm proud of it, even the bad stuff. I feel like so often people are ashamed of maybe the stuff they've overcome because it was bad.
Yeah.
Addictions, depression, whatever it may be. But I think that you should be psyched on that.
Yeah.
I think you should wear it like a badge of honor that like you beat this addiction or you beat this depression or you became a better person. And I think that this record is 10 anthems, being proud of who you are and where you come from. So I think in that, saying that, the fans have reacted so. I hate saying fans, but the kids have reacted so great to all these songs. And the response online is like we get, we watch all of our socials and all that stuff. And it's funny, like every tweet, every post, everything isn't about one song. It's not like there's one song on the record and then that's the one. It's every song. It just runs the gamut through all 10 of them, which we're just like, okay, I guess we wrote 10 really good songs.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing, but it's been very, very overwhelming so far.
Yeah.
And every day it just like grows and grows and gets more overwhelming and more overwhelming as time goes on.
Yeah. Does it take a lot of work to make a solid album and do you find it's worth it to do that instead of just putting work into one or two singles that'll...
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I feel like a lot of times, people take like cues off of like pop music and release singles and stuff. For us, for me anyways, I have way too much in my brain to write one song. It's too much. There's too many things. So I feel like putting it into 10 songs is between 10 and 15 songs is definitely enough to get it out of my head. Now whether all those songs are bangers or not is like always hard. You want to write 10 good songs, so
exactly.
all of them are playable live. All of them are feelable, relatable. I think with this record, this might be, not to like talk trash on any of our old records, but I mean we wrote them so I can talk whatever I want. I think this is the first time we've written a record where all the songs of the record we're like, yeah, I love all these records, songs. There's nothing I would change. I would play all of these live, and that's kind of the response from kids online. It's like every tweet, everything is just like a different song every time. So I think this is the first time we've written a record where we all sat down and we're like, I'd play any song off this record anytime, and it was hard picking singles because we're like, these all could be one.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time we're truly happy with the actual songs that we wrote.
Yeah, that's great to hear. So now I figured we'd do something kind of goofy and play a little game.
Yeah, I love games.
Cool with that? Okay. We see a lot of bands that are playing Warped Tour this year. We have a lot of bands kind of revivals from the 90s and early 2000s.
Sure.
So I figured we'd bring back something from the 90s, and that's Smash Mouth.
Okay.
Smash Mouth?
Yeah.
Aware of them?
Yes.
Enjoyed them?
I think I was a little bit old and thought they were kind of corny.
Yeah.
But have I heard that
fair.
one song everywhere I've gone my whole entire life?
Yep.
Yes. There's a band that covers it on this tour.
With Bert from Chunk, no Captain Chunk.
Yes.
No.
I still can't get away from it.
So we're gonna play a game called Hey Now. You're an all-star. I'm sure you're gonna love this.
Oh boy.
He just said, he hears it all the time. He's gonna hear it again. So
Yeah.
this is gonna be great.
Okay.
So I'm gonna list off the beginning of a lyric in All Star, and you're gonna have to. I mean, I'm sure he knows it. And you're gonna have to end it.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay.
I can try.
So, what should I pick? Okay. The ice we skate is getting pretty thin.
The water's getting warm, so we might as well swim.
That's right. Any more? Any more in
On
you?
fire. How about yours? No. That's the way I like it. No.
That's it. Okay. And it was, and I'll never get bored. Do
Sure,
you think they get bored of playing that song?
I bet they hate that
I'm
song.
sure they do.
Well, I don't know.
Sorry, Smash Mouth.
Shrek made them a lot of money.
That's true.
So I think that they're down with that. I think they're the official band of Shrek also. I think they
Yeah.
get all the songs.
All that the Shrek money.
Yeah, the Shrek money. Shrek money.
In life, that's what you want. You want Shrek money.
I would love to have Shrek money.
If they make a new Shrek movie, will you make a song for Shrek, the next movie?
Yeah.
So we're putting that out there into the world. Vanna,
Yeah,
Shrek,
Get a sell out for whatever you want.
collab.
Come at Disney, whatever. Just come write us a check. I'll write the new Shrek theme song for you, no problem. Easy.
Any idea what the lyrics would be in that? Are we writing about Shrek?
You know what? I'll just take the lyrics of any Smash Mouth song and just mix them
Mix
around.
it,
Yeah.
and people won't know.
Smash Mouth is like with the singer, that Guy Fieri cooking guy, right? That's that band, right?
Well, no, I don't think it is Guy Fieri.
Have you ever seen them together in one room? I think it is.
Davey from Vanna, just conspiracies everywhere. Shrek, Guy Fieri, Smash Mouth. Thank you so much.
No, it's-